So they're very worried and stuff. They're just very worried about Rick and Lori. They're very worried about Carl. Tyrese walks over to Otis. Otis is actually very sorry about what happened. He's just very worried too. It's a lot of worrying in this one. There's a lot of worrying. Again, Alan is just basically standing around watching the two kids have fun. He's just doing nothing. He's shut off, basically. Andrea goes over to him and just, is trying to talk with him like, dude, I understand that your wife died and everything, but you need to be strong for your kids. Nice and calm. He freaks out, and basically is just saying, what the heck? My wife just died. You shut the frick up. And they basically have a huge argument. Andrea points out, well, I've lost my sister, so frick you. I know how it feels to mourn, but I didn't shut off like you did. So get over it, you frick, and take care of your kids. And he's just... So basically, they hate each other at the moment. It's a giant argument that they have. Lots of cursing and stuff. Lots of profanity. So basically, they're just like, alright, frick you. So then they walk away. And then they're still worried, but oh no, Carl is awake. And guess what the first question he asks is, where's my hat? He apparently wears a hat a lot because his dad wears a hat because he was a deputy. So yeah, Carl's back to normal. Yay! He's just a little hurt, but he'll be back to normal in a couple days. Or a couple weeks. He's fine. So yay, everything's happy. Wonderful. So, they're talking to each other and stuff. Sophie and Carl really like each other. They're little kids. It's more of puppy love at this moment. But, yeah, they getting along. Things are going well. Tyrese and Carol look like they really like each other. Dale talks to Lori and points out that, Lori, I don't know what you did with Shane, but don't tell anyone, because if you do, Rick will frickin' lose it. And we can't let that happen. So Dale's basically the one who's trying to keep everyone together and happy. Rick is leading the group while Dale's just kind of the neutral person involved. Dale's pretty cool. So then Tyrese and Carol are still talking and stuff. They're really happy when they're having dinner. Everyone's having dinner at a giant table right now. And another picture. Holy crap! Another picture of Glenn just kind of sitting there, like little, like, aw. So then one of the daughters, Maggie, the new people, she's asking, so what, did you like that girl or something? And he points out, yeah, I guess I kind of liked her. She was a little old for me, but I mean, I don't know. He just basically points out that everyone's kind of pairing off in couples now, and he's alone still. And then all of a sudden, Maggie just points out, I'll go out with you, so then he's just like, oh, alright then. Excellent. So, Maggie and Glenn, alright, they gonna get along. Alright, that's cool. And Glenn points out that, oh, well, no. But yeah, they really like each other, so that's cool. Alright. And Tyrese goes over to talk to his daughter, and again, she and Chris are, kind of trying to get it on. And Tyrese points out, alright, you guys need to, it's not a game, alright? You guys need to get yourselves together. I don't have to want to watch you every 5 seconds to make sure you're not going off doing stupid things. We're in a zombie apocalypse, alright? You need to be constant vigilance, alright? He's just being a very good father. So then Chris basically, this is kind of interesting, he basically says, see, I told you we needed to go ahead and do it. I want to be together with you for the rest of eternity. I don't want your father to stand in the way of that. So, and she agrees with him, and she says, but I want to wait to do it. So apparently they're going to do something where apparently they'll be together for eternity. That doesn't sound very good. So, Hershel and Rick are talking and stuff. Hershel apparently has been working on the farm for a while now. He's very knowledgeable and stuff. Things are going well. And then somehow in the conversation, they're like, all right, so you guys are going to sleep here and stuff. And they're like going over the places that they're going to sleep in. And Rick asks, well, what about the barn? And he says, oh, you don't want to sleep in the barn. That's where we keep the dead ones. What? The dead ones? Wait, what? Yeah, the dead ones, up and walking about, killing people and stuff, those things. Yeah, we're keeping them in the barn. Not the smartest thing. So Rick immediately starts having an argument with him, basically pointing out that these things are killing us. We need to kill them. And he says, kill them? No, we don't even know who they are. We need to, find out what's going on and stuff. And Rick is like, this isn't safe at all to have them like 13 feet from your house. They have an argument, and finally Hershel yells out that his son is in there. So apparently he did have another son who had turned into a zombie, and he couldn't bring himself to kill him. His name was Sean. So Rick is like, oh crap. So Glenn and Maggie go off to go have fun. And basically, they're just like, all right, well, you know what? I'm sorry about that. They just have a huge argument and stuff. And finally, Tyrese, awesome Tyrese, he points out, Rick, we're guests here, man, all right? We don't make the rules around here. Let's just stay here. We're glad to have them in the first place. And then Rick is like, all right. So they're just gonna, calm down and stuff. But, yeah. So, basically, they're just gonna be like, all right, well, we'll sleep in the RV, okay? All right. So Rick is talking to Alan and stuff, and Alan is just kind of shut down. He's happy to talk to Rick. He's not happy to talk to Andrea, but they're just kind of going over, I miss Donna, stuff like that. Alan's a huge wreck at the moment. And then Glenn and Maggie, they're getting up and they're going to go have some fun. So they really like each other. The next morning, he and Hershel are talking and stuff, having a conversation and things. And, Andrea goes over to talk to Alan, and Alan immediately just shuts her down and says, get the frick away from me. And Dale, defending Andrea because he likes Andrea, is like, well, why don't you? And then they're just like, all right, whatever, let's just get out of here. Tyrese and Carol, they still really like each other at the moment. Things are going well. They think it looks like a very happy place. We're going to be doing some target practice, Julie and Chris, the newcomers, are going to, they're going to shoot guns too at the targeting range, practice shooting, get their accuracy up and running. Things are going well. Andrea's still the sharpshooter. At this point, she's actually teaching people. But then all of a sudden, Hershel is like, whoa, stop shooting guns right now. What? Why? And he points out, the Thompson's house is right over there. What do you mean? Why do you... And he says, you're going to mess up their house. And they're like, you're worried about the house? But then we reveal that, no, it's a zombie. He's worried about Mr. Thompson, who had turned into a zombie. So he's like, don't shoot him. So like, jeez. So he captures the zombie, and he's gonna put it into the barn, because, Hershel still doesn't want to believe that they have to kill the zombies. He opens, his, Lacey and Arnold, his two oldest children, go around the other way into the barn to, distract the other dozen zombies that are in there. There are about 14 zombies in there at the moment. Open the door, but holy crap, a zombie bursts right through the door and knocks Hershel down, and all the zombies are going to come out. And Arnold immediately hops down to save his dad's life. He knocks over the zombie and starts beating the crap out of the zombie, but then another one comes up behind him and bites Arnold. Oh, frick. Dang it, things are starting to go well again. Of course. Why? So then immediately Lacey goes down to save him, and Arnold is getting bit up like crap, and they're shooting and stuff trying to kill the zombies, but then, no, Lacey got eaten too. So now we lost Arnold and Lacey, two of Hershel's children. Frick. So then they kill all the, basically they're shooting all the zombies and stuff, and finally Hershel just stands there and says, I'm sorry, Sean. Boom, boom. I'm sorry, Arnold. Boom. He kills Arnold too. Boom. I'm sorry, Lacey. And then he points the gun at his head. I'm sorry, but then immediately Rick points the gun down and says, no. Maggie's a little upset at the moment. So now it's just a complete massacre. Everything was going well, and now, of course, things went to heck again. Dang it. This is not going well. So they have the funeral and stuff. Hershel points out you were right. It wasn't smart to keep those things in the barn. I'm sorry. So Julie and Chris go up to Tyrese and says, hey, Rick never took the guns from us. Do you want the guns? And Tyrese just points out, I trust you teenagers enough that you can keep the guns on your own. Bad decision. Because now... Chris points out, all right, finally, now we got the guns. It'll be so much easier now. And they really like each other. So, apparently, sounds like they're going to kill each other to be with each other for eternity. That does not sound good at all. So, the next morning, Lori is obviously pregnant. It's just very obvious. Things are starting to get a little better. It's just kind of calming down a bit because of the other day. Hershel walks in on Maggie and Glenn having fun. He immediately gets very angry about it and points out, get away from her, you jerk. And then all of a sudden, Maggie shouts out, I'm 19, I can do whatever the frick I want. Leave me the frick alone. So then Hershel's like, walks out. Things aren't looking too well. Andrea walks over to Dale. They really like each other too. They just kind of talk to each other and stuff. They're cleaning up the barn because they're getting ready to sleep in it, Alan and Rick. Finally, Rick just gets too angry about it, and he's like, you know what, frick this, alright? Frick this. I'm just going to go talk to Hershel and ask why we got to sleep in this farm. Or this barn. He goes over to Hershel, and Hershel points out, "Oh no, you're not gonna stay here. No. The deal was as soon as your son is healed up, you get out of here. You're not gonna sleep here and take up my food too." Like what? So then they have an argument, pointing out, "Hello, if we weren't here, you'd be dead right now. We saved your lives from the zombies. We hadn't brought our guns and stuff." So they have another argument. Oy. They point out that he just points out that I just lost some of my children yesterday, and you're coming here stealing all my food and stuff. Get the frick out of here. So things aren't going too well. Hershel doesn't look... We don't really like Hershel at the moment. And they have an argument. He slaps Lori, which isn't cool at all. And then they're still arguing and stuff, pointing out that if you don't let us sleep here, you're basically going to kill us. You're basically killing us because you don't even realize how dangerous it is out there. And he just says, "Not my problem. It's not my fault things went to heck. You're just going to get the frick out of here right now." And then, holy crap, the big shock. Hershel pulls out his gun and points it at Rick and says, "Get the frick out of here right now." Immediately, Otis, we haven't heard from him in a while, Otis stops him and says, "Don't shoot him." And Carl brings out his gun, wondering if he has to shoot him. Carl has been keeping his gun with him at all times. And then, they're like, "Fine, we'll leave, you jerk." So, everyone's leaving now. Otis is talking to Hershel. He's like, "Dude, you should go apologize to those people." And Hershel is actually very upset about what happened. He's very upset that he was actually going to kill Rick if he didn't leave. He is very ashamed of it. So it's kind of, we're very confused about Hershel at the moment. So they're getting ready to leave, and then all of a sudden, another shock. Holy crap. Glenn points out, "I'm going to stay. I'm not leaving. I really like Maggie. The reason why I always went into Atlanta by myself to, scavenge for food, the reason why I always risked my life is because I never really cared if I died or lived. So now I've found Maggie. I found a reason to live." So basically he really likes Maggie. Maggie really likes him. So he's going to stay at the farm. Hershel allowed him to stay. So they're back on the road again. On the road again. So crap, frick, wonderful. So they're eating and stuff. Sophia's actually very hungry, but then they point out, "We don't have any food left." Doesn't look too good. They're hunting several days later. They're still not finding anything. It's much later. They're still, traveling and stuff. Things aren't looking too well. They finally stop and say, "All right, everyone split up. We're going to look around the places. Honk the horn if you find something." Dale and Andrea go looking around, and immediately they find something and honk the horn. They look over, and holy crap, what's this? Dun, 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 dun. Looks like a prison. It is a prison. They found a prison. There are lots of zombies in there, but they agree that apparently we can actually live there. Looks like we found our new haven. And then the final picture. Happy ending. It's perfect. We're home. So they found a prison, and they're going to go live in the prison now. Well, that's wonderful. So, we're still confused about what's going to happen with Julie and Chris. That's interesting. Will we ever see Glenn or Hershel or any of the others again? I didn't want Glenn to leave. But yeah. So, that's it for this video, and I will see you guys later.